Imagine walking into a room full of strangers, feeling that tightness in your chest as you see 100 judging eyes scanning you head to toe, making decisions about who you are before you even say a word. It's terrifying, isn't it? But here's the kicker. Those critical first impressions aren't formed over minutes or hours. They don't wait for you to tell your clever jokes or flash your charming smile. They happen shockingly fast. Just 7 seconds. Yes, 7 tiny seconds decide your fate. They dictate if you'll land that job, if you'll make that connection, or even if someone sees you as a friend or foe. Welcome to the ruthless reality of human interaction, where first impressions are everything. Now you might think, 7 seconds? That's barely enough time to blink twice or tie my shoelace halfway. How can such a brief moment determine something so significant? It seems unfair, I know, but the truth is, our brains are finely tuned judgment machines. They're built to evaluate threats, assess allies, and categorize everything around us instantly. Back in prehistoric times, if you took more than a few seconds to judge whether something was dangerous, you wouldn't survive long enough to rethink your choices. Today, those instincts haven't changed. They've just shifted to social survival instead of literal survival. In those critical first moments, people scan for 3 specific things: trustworthiness, competence, and likability. Miss even one of these, and you're fighting an uphill battle. So how can we master this crucial art of making stellar first impressions? How can we hack this 7-second window to our advantage, ensuring that we leave a powerful, positive mark every time? First, let's talk about trustworthiness, the cornerstone of every impression. Think about the last person you met who immediately made you uneasy. Maybe it was their overly intense stare, their shaky voice, or even their closed-off body language. Whatever it was, something just felt off. Trustworthiness signals safety, reliability, and authenticity. It tells someone they can let down their guard around you, even just a little bit. So, how do you communicate trustworthiness within seconds? It begins with your posture. When you walk into any environment, own your space. Pull your shoulders back, stand tall, and hold your head high. Your body should project strength, but also openness, like you're comfortably welcoming people into your world. Picture the difference between a confident lion strolling through its territory and a timid deer, uncertain and ready to flee at the slightest hint of danger. Your goal? Be the lion. But posture alone won't carry you far enough. Your eyes speak louder than words ever could. Make eye contact, but here's the trick. Not the intimidating, laser-focused stare that feels like an interrogation, and not the fleeting glance that says you're scared of your own shadow. Aim for the sweet spot, steady, confident eye contact paired with a genuine smile. This powerful combination tells people instantly, I am approachable, confident, and worth your attention. Next comes the handshake, a moment that can make or break your perceived trustworthiness. Ever shake hands with someone whose grip feels like a limp fish, or perhaps the opposite, like they're trying to crush every bone in your fingers? Both scenarios scream insecurity or dominance, neither of which foster trust. The perfect handshake is firm yet gentle, confident but not aggressive. Think of it as holding a bird. Secure enough not to let it fly away, but gentle enough not to harm it. With trustworthiness set, next comes competence. This is where people assess whether you're capable, skilled, and worth their respect or attention. Competence isn't about rattling off achievements or bragging about skills. It's far subtler, communicated in the way you speak, the clarity of your words, and even the pace of your voice. Fast, nervous speech signals anxiety or lack of control, while slow, deliberate speech commands authority. Consider this scenario. You meet someone new and their words pour out at a dizzying speed, scattered and disorganized. Instinctively, your mind tags them as unsure, maybe even inexperienced. Now, imagine meeting someone else whose voice flows evenly, each word clear and deliberate, as if every thought is carefully chosen and confidently expressed. Immediately, your brain assigns higher value to their presence. You perceive them as more knowledgeable and skilled, even without proof. Practice speaking clearly and confidently. Slow down your pace slightly, enough to ensure each word hits its mark with precision. If you're naturally energetic or tend to rush, remind yourself to breathe between sentences. The power of a pause is immense. It gives your listener time to absorb your message and reassures them of your control. Finally, let's dive into likability. Being likable isn't about desperately wanting to be liked. Ironically, that's one of the fastest ways to repel people. Likability flows from genuine warmth, enthusiasm, and interest in others. Humans are egocentric creatures. Nothing attracts them faster than someone who makes them feel important, seen, and valued. One incredibly simple yet powerful tactic is to use a person's name in conversation. It's a psychological trigger that creates instant rapport. Ever notice how your ears perk up when someone says your name across a crowded room, even if they're not talking to you? That's your brain prioritizing what it considers most relevant, your identity. When you meet someone, repeat their name once or twice naturally during your interaction. It reinforces your attention and makes them feel personally acknowledged. Combine this with genuine curiosity. Ask open-ended questions and actually listen to the answers, not planning what you'll say next, but fully present, engaged in their story. People instantly sense and appreciate sincere attention. It's rare enough to stand out dramatically in a world full of distractions. Here's a secret many people overlook. Likability is also conveyed through subtle mirroring. Humans instinctively like people who remind them of themselves, so subtly match their body language, speech patterns, or energy level. If they're excited and animated, allow yourself to become more expressive. If they're calm and reserved, tone yourself down slightly. This psychological dance is invisible yet incredibly effective, forging an unconscious bond of familiarity and comfort. Now, mastering these elements might feel overwhelming, but consider this. The next time you enter a new situation, be it a job interview, networking event, or first date, you'll be armed with knowledge most people never even consider. You'll step into that 7-second spotlight not just hoping to impress, but strategically prepared to dazzle. Remember, these 7 seconds aren't just about superficial charm. They're about communicating the depth of your character instantly, efficiently, and memorably. With practice, you'll master this silent yet profound language of first impressions, turning fleeting moments into lasting opportunities. Imagine this. You've just walked into a room filled with strangers. Your heart beats a little faster. Your palms might even feel a bit sweaty. All eyes shift to you for a brief moment. 7 seconds, that's all you get. Within those 7 tiny seconds, everyone in that room has silently judged you, sized you up, and decided who they think you are. Whether you're someone powerful or forgettable, likable or suspicious. 7 seconds. That's shorter than a TikTok video, quicker than microwaving popcorn, briefer than it takes you to tie your shoes. And yet, in these fleeting moments, your fate is quietly determined. But here's the secret. Nobody tells you. These 7 seconds are entirely within your control. You hold the power to dictate exactly what others perceive. By the end of this video, you'll master the art of the 7-second first impression formula, turning every encounter into your own personal success story. Now, let's get brutally honest. We live in a world that pretends to despise superficiality while secretly thriving on it. Every glance, every handshake, every smile sends hidden signals that bypass logic and land straight into the subconscious mind of the person in front of you. Humans are hardwired to judge others instantly because, from an evolutionary standpoint, quick judgments once meant survival. Today, it determines social success or failure. Yet most people wander aimlessly, obliviously sabotaging their first impressions without ever realizing it. They speak timidly, avoid eye contact, smile nervously, or worse, they posture arrogantly, masking insecurity behind a forced persona. Both extremes send alarm bells ringing in people's minds, screaming untrustworthy or weak. But you're not most people. Not anymore. After mastering this formula, you'll walk into every room with an invisible magnetism, making everyone wonder, who is this intriguing person? Let's dive deeper into the psychology of body language, because your body says more about you than your words ever could. Most communication isn't even verbal. Over 90% is nonverbal. Consider this. Imagine someone approaches you with their shoulders hunched, their eyes darting anxiously. Before they've even said a word, you've labeled them as shy, nervous, or insecure. Now picture another person entering confidently, chest out, relaxed, yet purposeful movements. Immediately you think they're confident, competent, maybe even someone worth knowing. This is because the brain instinctively responds to confident body language with trust and admiration, while hesitant movements trigger suspicion and dismissal. To dominate those crucial 7 seconds, you must master your body before mastering your words. And mastering your body begins with one powerful word: posture. Your posture speaks volumes about who you believe yourself to be. Good posture doesn't just make you appear confident, it chemically alters your brain, releasing hormones associated with assertiveness and dominance. Stand or sit straight, shoulders relaxed but not slumped. Chin slightly raised, signaling openness rather than arrogance. Move deliberately, slowly even, because speed signals anxiety, while slow, controlled movements scream confidence. Notice world leaders, celebrities, or highly respected individuals. Their movements are rarely hurried. They're calm, calculated, always in control. Adopt this behavior consciously, and soon it becomes subconscious, defining your very essence. Next, let's talk about eye contact, the silent yet electrifying communication that can build immediate trust or devastatingly break it. Poor eye contact instantly tells others you're hiding something, unsure of yourself, or disinterested. Conversely, locking eyes for a confident few seconds signals respect, attentiveness, and personal strength. But be cautious, there's a fine line. Too long and it becomes intimidating. Too short and it feels dismissive. Aim for about 3 seconds per gaze. This is just enough time to convey genuine confidence without causing discomfort. Remember, every second your eyes lock with another person's, you're silently saying, "I respect you and I deserve your respect in return." Now let's address one of the most misunderstood yet incredibly potent tools of human connection: your smile. Not the forced, awkward grin of someone hoping to be liked, but the genuine smile of someone who already likes themselves. Authentic smiles engage your eyes and lift your cheeks naturally. They say, "I'm happy to be here," without uttering a single word. An authentic smile is infectious, triggering mirror neurons in others' brains, compelling them to smile back and feel positively toward you. If you struggle with this, practice it in the mirror daily until genuine positivity becomes second nature. A truly authentic smile instantly boosts your charisma, making you memorable even if the conversation lasts mere seconds. But what happens when it's finally time to speak? You've established your presence with posture, eye contact, and a genuine smile. Now your words must match. Your voice has immense power. If eyes are windows to your soul, then your voice is the door to your identity. High-pitched, uncertain tones signal anxiety. Mumbling reveals insecurity or disinterest. A powerful first impression demands clarity and resonance. Speak slowly and deliberately. Let your voice project slightly deeper from your diaphragm rather than from your throat. A deep, calm voice naturally soothes listeners, implying intelligence, authority, and strength. Practice modulating your tone. Pause briefly after important statements. Allow the silence to amplify your message. Beyond the voice itself, what you choose to say within those initial moments matters tremendously. Most people waste their crucial 7 seconds on forgettable small talk. The weather, how their day was, boring, predictable, instantly forgettable. Instead, ask an insightful question or make a bold, intriguing statement. The brain is captivated by novelty. Be refreshingly different. Engage immediately by steering the conversation into something genuinely interesting or surprising. This instantly elevates you above superficial chatter, positioning you as someone worth engaging deeper. Let's say you've nailed all these elements. But what about your appearance? While it's politically correct to say that appearances shouldn't matter, biology stubbornly disagrees. Humans instinctively trust those who appear clean, healthy, and put together. It signals discipline, self-respect, and reliability. This doesn't mean you must wear expensive designer clothes or obsess about your appearance. Instead, focus on neatness, proper grooming, and attire suitable for your environment. Clothes fitting correctly, subtle color coordination, neatly groomed hair. These details subconsciously broadcast reliability and self-care. When you respect yourself enough to appear polished, others instinctively mirror that respect back to you. Yet, there's another deeper layer beneath these surface details: emotional control. The secret to truly mastering first impressions lies not just in controlling what others see, but in controlling how you feel internally. Confidence, charm, and charisma originate from a genuine sense of self-assurance, not from artificial performance. The moment you genuinely believe you deserve attention, respect, and admiration, your entire energy shifts. You stop faking confidence because you genuinely feel it. This level of authenticity creates an undeniable magnetism that others intuitively sense and gravitate towards. Achieving this means working on your inner world, your self-talk, your self-perception, your inner belief systems, until genuine self-confidence radiates effortlessly. The most successful communicators and social figures throughout history never left first impressions to chance. They knew instinctively that opportunities, relationships, even destinies hinge on the power of those first crucial seconds. They invested enormous effort behind the scenes, crafting and perfecting their presence until it became second nature. And that's precisely your goal today, not just to understand these principles intellectually, but to embody them completely. Ultimately, this is not manipulation. It's mastery. Mastery of your body language, your voice, your appearance, and above all, your mind. 7 seconds. That's all the time you have, yet it's all the time you need to shape your future. Because once you've mastered this simple yet powerful formula, the doors that once seemed locked will swing wide open, opportunities will appear from nowhere, and your entire life trajectory can shift. You will no longer be a passenger in social interactions. You'll become the driver, the influencer, the magnet others instinctively follow. This is the power of the 7-second first impression formula. Now you hold it in your hands. The question is, what will you do with it?